Another topic in your English grammar is subject verb agreement. This is also equally important topic from the perspective of exams also and for future purpose also. While in speaking or writing English, you should know the subject verb agreement. First, let's talk about what is subject. First, let's talk about what is subject. Now, what is subject? In any sentence, the part which we speak about is called subject. Like, let's take a simple example like they are playing. So here, about which we are talking, they. So they are subject. And what is verb here? Are playing. So you must have read verb also in your previous class, so I don't think it is necessary to tell about verb are those words which denote action. Now what is subject verb agreement? In any sentence, subject and verb should agree with each other. Like, if the subject is singular, then verb should also be singular, and if the subject is plural, then verb also should be plural. Like, for example, but first I want to tell you that singular subject like boy and plural subject is of boy is boys. So here you are saying for making it plural we have added s. So boy is singular and boys is plural. But verb doesn't follow this pattern. If suppose I have written walk, suppose I have written walk and walks, verb does not follow this pattern. Like in noun, singular is without s and plural is with s, but verb doesn't follow this pattern. In verb, walks is singular and walk is plural. Yes, in singular verb we do use s, and in plural verb we do not use s. Like boy walks. Let me show you one example of this. Yes, now here see, boy walks on the road. Now see here, boy is singular because there is no s here, and walks here it is s, but since it is verb so it is also singular. So there should be an agreement between subject and verb in a sentence. Like you are saying boy is singular here and walks is also singular. Suppose if I add here, let's erase this. Suppose if I add here boys, now the subject is plural, so verb should also be plural. Boys walk on the road. I hope you are getting this. Boys walk on the road. Now here subject is plural and verb is also plural. Always keep in mind, for making plural nouns we use s, but verb doesn't follow this pattern. In verb it is totally opposite. Without s it is plural and with s it is singular. Now let's come on the definition given here. Subject verb agreement refers to the fact that the subject and verb in a sentence must agree in number. इसका मतलब यही होता है कि in any sentence subject और verb एक जैसे होने चाहिए. If the subject is singular, then verb should also be singular, and if the subject is plural, then verb should also be plural. In other words, they both must be singular or they both must be plural. You can't have a singular subject with a plural verb or vice versa. Vice versa means opposite. Means you can't add in a sentence a singular subject with a plural verb. What does it mean? Like suppose I am writing they, now they is plural, is playing. Now here you are saying subject is plural, sorry, but verb is singular, so this is not a correct sentence. So we should add, instead of is are. They are playing. Now example, you are saying, now I have highlighted the subject with yellow and the verb with green one, so you can easily see this. Now example, my father goes to work. My father is subject here, singular, and goes is also singular. To work, as I told you, that verb doesn't follow fixed pattern. With s it is singular, and without s it is plural. My father goes to work. Father is subject and goes is verb. This is the simplest rule of subject verb agreement. And next, now you are saying they are planning to construct a high bridge across the river. So they is here is plural and are is also plural. It is very simple. Now there are some rules regarding subject verb agreement. First rule: if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular too. Just we have studied this, thus I have told you that if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular too. Like here, she is singular, then writes is also singular. Second, if the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. Now here in write, it is not, s is not added, so it is plural, and there is also plural, we all know. Now from third point, we have to focus a bit. When the subject of the sentence is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by and, use a plural verb. Now suppose two subjects are there connected with conjunction and, then which verb should we use? Which verb should we use? Plural verb. Like you are saying here two nouns are given, or pronouns also can be added here, the student and the committee members. So the student is another subject and committee members is also a subject, so we should use here plural noun. We can't use here writes, because writes is singular. So if two subjects are joined by and, then we should use plural verb. Always keep in mind. Another example also I can give you of this, like he and she are playing. Another example of this, now you are seeing two subjects are there joined by and, so here we should use plural verbs. Fourth, when there is one subject and more than one verb, the verbs throughout the sentence must agree with the subject. Now in some sentences, two verbs are given and subject is only one, then all the verbs in the sentence should follow the subject only. If the subject is singular, then the all verbs should be singular. If the subject is plural, then all verbs should be plural. Now here in example you are seeing interviews are one way to collect data. Now here you are seeing interviews is plural, it is not singular, otherwise it should be interview, but interviews plural. So which verb it has used? are and allow, both are plural. Always keep in mind, if more than two verbs are given in a sentence, then it should follow the subject only. Subject is interviews. Fifth point, rule number 5, when a phrase, now what is phrase? I have told you, group of words which do not have any subject or verb linking, but it is group of words, it is called phrase. We have studied phrases and clauses. Now when a phrase comes between the subject and the verb, suppose in any sentence a phrase comes between the subject and the verb, remember that the verb still agrees with the subject. Always keep in mind that verb should be same as the subject, if the both should be singular or plural, not the noun or pronoun in the phrase following the subject of the sentence. Do not look in those kind of sentence, do not look at the phrase. What is the phrase here? Suppose this is the example, this is the phrase, group of words. Now the student as well as the committee members is excited. Now here you are seeing verb is, but it is following the subject. Although the one phrase is given, but we should ignore the phrase in these type of sentences. Verb should always follow the subject. As you are seeing the phrase in phrase, plural nouns are there, but we should follow the subject, which is singular. This is singular, so this verb should also be singular. Again one more example is given here. For your convenience, I have highlighted the subject with the yellow ones and the verb with green ones. Now again one example: strategies that the teacher uses to encourage classroom participation. Now here this point is phrase between subject and the verb. So strategies is also plural, so this is also plural. Do not focus on the phrase. If a phrase comes between the subject and the verb, do not focus on the phrase, always look at the subject, using small groups and clarifying confusions. Sixth, when two or more singular nouns or pronouns are connected by or nor, use a singular verb. Now here you are seeing when two or more singular noun. Now here you are saying the chairperson is also singular noun and the CEO is also singular noun, and it is connected by or. This only sentence is saying if these kind of singular noun pronouns connected by or nor, then we should use a singular verb. Now this is also singular, this is also singular, then this verb is also singular. Now just we have studied if it is connected by and, then we should use plural verb, but if it is connected by or not, then we should use singular verb. It's not confusing, but if you practice daily and revise for a few time, then you will easily remember it. Now rule number 7. When a compound subject, okay, what is compound subject? This is the new concept I think you have seen here. Compound subjects are those subjects in a sentence. Suppose in a sentence two subjects are given, like here the student or the committee member, two subjects are there. So if in any sentence two or more subjects are there, then it is known as compound subject. Always keep in mind this. Now this is a important rule. When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun, suppose in a sentence two or more subjects are there and one is singular and one is plural, and it is joined by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is closest to the verb. Now वर्ब के पास यहाँ पे कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है? द कमिटी मेंबर्स. अगर इसको मैं हिंदी में बताता हूँ, अगर कोई ऐसा सेंटेंस है जिसमें कंपाउंड सब्जेक्ट है और उसमें से एक सिंगुलर है और एक प्लूरल है, तो वर्ब ऐसे सब्जेक्ट के साथ एग्री करेगा जो उसके नियरर हो. नाउ हियर यू आर सीइंग द स्टूडेंट इज singular and committee members is plural, so verb should be plural. The student or the committee members write every day. I hope you are getting this. Again I am repeating, if in any sentence two or more singular noun and plural nouns are given, one is singular one is plural, then verb should agree with the nearer subject. यहाँ verb को जो किसके साथ एग्री करेगा? जो सब्जेक्ट उसके पास हो. Another example you are seeing the committee members. Now this is plural subject, student is singular subject, so verb should agree with the student. Verb is also you are seeing is singular. This is also called the rule of proximity. Suppose anyone asks you what is the rule of proximity, always keep in mind, if in any sentence two or more subjects are given and one is singular and one is plural and it is connected with or nor, then it should agree with the part of the subject that is nearer to the verb. Suppose if it should be connected with and, then we should always use plural verb, but it is connected with or and nor, then follow this. Now rule number 8, the words and phrases. Now this is very important. The word and which you must have seen many people gets confused in this and always write wrong. Not only students but everyone, I think most of us. The words and phrases, each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, nobody, somebody, someone, and no one are singular. Now these kind of words we always consider it as singular, and it always requires a singular verb like everyone. Now everyone has or have to be present. Now we know that has is singular and have is plural. Then what should we add here? Which one is correct? Everyone has to be present or everyone have to be present? Always keep in mind. I know you are getting the answer. But you can't speak right now. I am asking only. Everyone has or have to be present. Which one is correct? Has is correct, have is wrong. Grammatically it is wrong, but you must have seen so many persons use this everyone have to be present and everyone have, but this is wrong. Everyone has to be present because everyone is considered as singular word, so verb should also be singular. Like that, so many words are there, each one, like we are saying in the example, each of the participants was willing to be recorded. Now this is singular, so word should also be singular. No one was able to with me at the preferred times. These words are very important. This should agree with the verb, and verb always should be in singular. Now rule number 9, collective nouns. Now collective nouns, we all know that those nouns which contain some quantity inside it. Now collective nouns are words that imply more than one person but are considered singular. We all know that collective nouns consist of more than one thing or person. Like a class, it is collective noun because a group of students are in there, but collective nouns always considered as singular, and it also takes singular verbs. Some example of group of collective noun is group, team, committee, family, class. So what should we use? Should use singular verb, like the group meets every week. Group is singular, meets is also singular, committee is singular, so verb should also be singular. Now last rule of the subject verb agreement, sentences beginning with there is or there, or now some sentences with begin with there is and there are also. The subject follows the verb. Here subject follows the verb. Here verb doesn't follow subject, here subject follows the verb. Like there is little administrative support. If the word is little bit difficult to you, then you can remove the administrative. Now there is little support. Now the is singular, so subject is also, here you are saying singular. Is, it should not be supports, it is only support. There is, if a sentence starting with there is, then subject should agree with is only, means verb. Both should be singular. Again one example, there are. Now here you are saying it is plural, so verb should also be, sorry, not verb, subject. There are many factors affecting air quality in my locality. If suppose there is written, then we should use only factor. There is many factor, but this is not seems to be correct. So there are many factors affecting air quality in my locality, because many is there. Always keep in mind, if a sentence starts with there is, then the subject should follow the verb only. I hope you have understood this. Keep revising this. to remember it. It's very easy, just you have to study it 2 or 3 times. Thank you.